Alright. Just as soon as the last few percent tick off the loading bar, let's get going. Sure, all the sticks are set up just right. Oh. When was the last time I played this? It would have had to have been last week. Sometime. Okay. Not sure where I
Awaiting orders.
I'm not sure why I parked here, but I parked here. For some reason. There's the all plate factory. Over that way somewhere. I think it's that way. Yeah, right over there. No, that's the whole plate factory. There's the... Well, why am I looking around like that when I can just look like this? Okay. Engine parts. Looks like things are doing okay-ish here. Or correctly, at the end of last stream, I went ahead and laid out plans for this. Yes, I did. This is going to look pretty cool when it's done, I think. Anyway. That's going to be a while before we actually start building that. And this place is... it's got a lot left to do on it. It got a lot more to build. A lot of these things are going to take 25 minutes each. Let's see. We've got about 3 hours. We might finish it tonight. We'll see. Yeah. There's the hull plates factory. There's the engine parts factory. And here's the, as of yet, unstarted future future shipyard. Although actually, I should probably go ahead and get started on that fairly soon because this is now a neutral system again. How much money do I have? 4.9? Okay, that's not enough money to buy another construction ship. Oh wait, I did already hire a construction ship. It's on its way. I remember now. I rented one. Alright. Let's fly over here and take a closer look at exactly what's going on. Okay. Here's our friendly local construction ship. Oh. I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble adjusting to vanilla when we get back to it. These fighters are so slow. Whereas vanilla fighters are, even the crappy ones are, well, a lot of the crappy vanilla fighters are about this fast, I guess. But the shield regen is completely different.
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
Thrusters actually work properly in vanilla. I mean, here thrusters work, they're just not very good. If you thrust full time, you can almost get vanilla performance out of a fighter. Unfortunately, that runs down your shields very quickly. And then since they don't have vanilla recharge times, well, you can't really thrust during combat. Not very much.
Docking granted. Docking aborted. Docking granted. Docking aborted.
So, the real question is, what do we need to do while we wait for stuff to build? I could go ahead and math out the shield station, which admittedly is mostly mathed out already. And just figure out the final details. But if I was going to do that, then I'd want to build it right away, and I definitely don't have the resources to build that many stations at once. Actually, before I say that, I should check exactly how many resources I have. Yeah, I don't have the resources to build that many at once. I probably should spend my money on buying more freighters. Also, what are you doing here?
Pelta Class 1 transport.
Okay. I think we're just going to order the Marauder to go attack it. I don't want to bother trying to board it. If I had a more powerful personal ship, something I could use to actually clear turrets off it, then I might consider, but nah, not worth it with this thing. Hello, Sealith. Yes, it is a flight stick game that actually includes flying. Very strange and rare. Let's go watch the Star Destroyer shoot things. I quite enjoy playing MechWarrior, but I also quite enjoy this, so there needs to be some kind of balance. Linux guy? Not for games.
Awaiting orders.
Not yet, anyway. But in general, yes. What distro? I prefer Manjaro for my own use. But I've run several over the years. Manjaro just tends to pretty much be exactly what I want. Basically, Manjaro is a nowadays it's basically Arch, but pre-configured. The Manjaro install on a laptop is considering marking up Arch install on another box. Yeah, Manjaro and Arch are extremely similar. Maybe largely because Manjaro is entirely based upon... What are you doing over here? Let's go and grab somebody. I guess the closest thing is actually the Marauder. I think they're all coming through because this is neutral space now. Anyway, Manjaro can get messed up. You pull from AUR. I never had that happen. I pull from AUR all the time. I don't know. Guess it would depend on what you pull, probably. Yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong with going with base Arch. You got to configure a lot of stuff yourself, but... Get out of here.
That was a really silly thing to do.
Hull damaged.
Anyway, I did used to run a Arch laptop. That was kind of fun. I definitely
Asteroid.
possibly
Gozentima
went a bit
jump
silly with it.
asteroid. Asteroid. Asteroid.
Namely, I did not configure desktop environment or anything like that beyond the extreme basics. Did I even have a window manager?
Asteroid.
I think I would just... Hey, knock it off. I can't remember if I just ran a single application at a time under X. Or if I think I would have had a really super basic window manager that didn't hardly do anything. Hey, get back here. Anyway, most of my applications, I hunted up stuff that ran well in a frame buffer and just ran it that way for the fun of it. It definitely was not a good way to run a laptop, but it was fun, so. Okay, the Marauder's still on the job. I'm going to go ahead and bring the Pretender over here a bit. Yeah, if you don't mind having to install your own software, which just pull it out of Package Manager, the hardest part of that is figuring out what you want to install. And maybe doing a little bit of configuring yourself. Arch can be a lot of fun. And you'll learn a lot, too. Got a spare drive, so you think you're going to set up a dual boot? Dual boot's pretty easy. Especially nowadays, what with, we're going to call it. Damn it. The new not BIOS thing everything runs nowadays.
Awaiting orders.
One that actually doesn't require you to do all kinds of weird configuration dance to make it so you can install an operating system.
Jump beacon.
Can't remember what it's called. That's stupid. UEFI. Yeah, there we go. The name was just escaping my brain for a moment. That makes dual booting way easier because you don't have to worry about who is in charge, so to speak, nearly as much. You can just install it and boot things up without too much trouble.
Asteroid. Gozenti Minor.
Okay. Tender. Go get that miner. It's Friday evening. A lot of things are escaping your brain at this point. Yeah. But hey, I got a 3-day weekend coming up, so oxygen not included all day, every day for 3 days in a row. I'm quite looking forward to it. Hey, you. You're mining in the wrong person's space. This thing is not equipped to deal with things of that size. Lucky? Oh, yeah.
That was a really silly thing to do.
The company my boss used to work for gave their workers off for every crazy holiday you could think of. So he just decided to continue that tradition when he got his own little company going. I'd approve. Let's see. There's some loot over this way.
Asteroid.
Unstable crystal. Don't mind if I do. And I always press the button a little bit too late on these things. Okay, now there was another one I saw around here somewhere.
Container.
That's ice. I don't want ice.
Bria Minor.
I'll make sure you report that.
Asteroid.
There we go.
This should be like swatting a space fly.
But anyway. Oh. What was it, a week or two ago? When I was playing Oxygen Not Included, one of the people who showed up for that suggested a couple content creators. So I checked them out. And one of them was like, oh, I recognize this guy. I watched his videos last time I was playing Oxygen Not Included years ago. So I hunted around. That was, I don't know if you noticed in the Discord, like a week or two ago, I posted a video of a base contest of sorts. Base showcase, maybe, I should say. For small self-sufficient bases where the only input was a certain amount of natural gas. Anyway. So I've been watching a ton of that guy's videos. I don't remember his name.
Requesting immediate backup.
Container.
I probably should go ahead and
Asteroid.
put a link to his channel in
Container.
my,
Asteroid. Container.
what do I call it? In the Awesome Creators section of my Discord.
Container.
But anyway. I don't know if he quite rates highly enough for that. Because I have to really like somebody before I put their stuff in there. But anyway. In particular, he had a couple series of trying to do all the achievements in the game in one run.
Requesting immediate backup.
Some of those pretty intense. Okay, looks like the Pretender is not having a great deal of success going after that thing. Also, what are you doing? Charge in. Okay, fine. Here. Let's go ahead and launch some bombers. Let's see, the bombers are the 10 unit. We'll launch 10 bombers after it.
Need an asteroid. You don't bother me.
We shouldn't have to launch any fighters. Okay. I thought maybe they were charging travel drives, but apparently not.
Requesting immediate backup.
There's an AA-9 or a miner. The bombers are on scene because Auntie does not appreciate this.
You won't back down. You don't bother me.
What the? How much? Okay, so it's not. Oh, that's my ship that I'm seeing there that has damage. There's like no way that the Marauder take damage from that.
Have to try harder than that. There's plenty.
Okay.
Awaiting orders.
So, is there anything up here in the loot pile that isn't ice?
Container.
Awaiting
Yes,
orders.
there is. Let's go check it out. But anyway. Audio bug. Suffice it to say, I have plenty of ideas for things that I want to do over the next couple days. Lots of exciting projects. Okay. Go back and loot suck everything in the area.
Container.
Silicon? Nope.
Asteroid.
There's a lodestone over here.
Requesting immediate backup.
I won't let you get away with that.
Okay.
Scimitar. Scimitar.
Where is... Here, we can just click on it.
CR90A.
What are you?
Deep space.
Oh, one of those things, okay. Well, I guess we're going to have to summon the Pretender. Where's that? There it is.
You're making a big mistake.
Pretender, get your ass over here and blow this up.
Spotting a space fly.
Requesting immediate backup.
X-Wing T-65B.
Go take care of the X-Wing. They're shooting my stuff! Yeah, knock it off, Buster. You have but a puny X-Wing.
Let's fight.
I have amazing awesomeness that is an Imperial TIE Interceptor.
You're making a big mistake. This should be like
Oh!
space fly.
Right up his nose. Or right up his tail, actually. Yeah, I don't think you want to get into a head-to-head with me. Even though I have relatively crappy shields. Which I think this actually has proper shields, not just the
Requesting immediate
required by the
backup.
game level of shields, end quote, that most of the TIEs have. I don't remember. Actually, it probably just doesn't.
You're making a big mistake.
Oh.
I was asked to drop my cargo.
Platinum.
How about no, you don't do that.
CR90A.
Okay, trying to tangle with a CR90 is probably a bad idea. It looks like the Pretender's on scene, so it's not going to last long. No.
Will this ever end?
Not exactly a particularly
Awaiting
brave
orders.
gun run. What is that?
Container.
No, not that. The green one.
Asteroid.
No, you want some more, didn't you?
Oh, it's an asteroid that has a.
X-Wing T-65B.
Where'd you come from?
You're done for.
Okay, I need to remember to set the. No, not you. The Marauder. I need to remember to set the bombers to docked so they don't accidentally launch when I don't want them to.
Asteroid. Container.
Container full of credits. Don't mind if I do. Not terribly worth it, but doesn't cost me anything to pick up. Okay. Now. Oh.
Asteroid.
So if I'm correct, this should be an asteroid that has a drone that's either attached or on its way to attach. Yeah, it's must be on its way. Because there's definitely not a drone attached at the moment. Maybe I'm wrong though. Could be that it was an asteroid that had a drone attached to it once and it blew up. Definitely need to get some defenses around this gate. Stop the New Republic from just waltzing in. Preferably on the other side of the gate, but some on this side would not hurt anything either.
Asteroid.
Okay. Go over here and pick up this loot. So far, we've had a lot more excitement than I expected. Come on, where'd it go? There it is.
Asteroid.
Oh, I saw that. Oh. I think this might be it right here. Yep. Alright. These hard cells look weird. Don't really like the design. It's quite possibly quite efficient, but it looks ugly, so. Okay. How are things going? They're working on the Imperial Control Center. Looks like we have enough supplies on hand to build it. Yeah, we do. Okay, so this system will be marked as being owned by us soon.
Damage is getting serious.
Well, survey. Alright, where's that TIE shuttle? I thought I gave you explicit orders to run if you in case of attack. Flee instead. Okay, now. Individual instructions. Default response to attack. Escape. Escape. Apparently need to set separately for pirate attacks versus normal attacks. Working hard or hardly working? Well, considering that
Asteroid.
tomorrow starts a 3-day weekend, hardly working. Okay. TIE shuttle got away. Good deal. I think that's Hut Pirates or something like that. Such things definitely should not be allowed in my future empire. How is this place doing? It is doing, sort of. All the storage has been built, the dock's been built, and now it's time to work on all the factory parts of it, which is going to take a long time. And the same over here. Oh. Oh. Okay, the cable spool was complete a long time ago.
Asteroid.
And there's a target I might be interested in.
Jump beacon. Necropolis.
Damn it. I swept up
Asteroid.
and my thumb brushed the stick underneath the one I was reaching for and wrong thing. I need to remember to drop out of travel drive before or earlier. Come on, get over here. There we go. All right. Oh, let me think. So the research facility here. Let's grab an acclimator load. Let's see, let's trade to the cable spool. Grab a load of Durasteel plates. Okay, actually, first of all, how many did we need here again? 27,000. Okay, so we can get a full acclimator load in there, no problem. Trade with the cable spool. Full load of Durasteel plates. Matter of fact, we could haul like 3 or 4, almost 4 in there. I think we'll order probably 3. And then trade at the build storage. Yeah, we'll order as many as we can. Trade at the cable spool. Trade with build storage. And finally, trade with the cable spool. And then, one last time, trade with build storage. And that leaves us 3,000 short. And then we'll go park over here. All right. Pretty large amount of stuff hauled in there. Somewhere around here. There it is. Let's fly over and take a look at the new capital station of our empire. Although it's not even got the first module done yet. Should be done soon. It's not enough to get a good look at it. They should fly a little higher over it. There we go. Okay. Because these aren't quite positioned perfectly around the circle, it's going to look very slightly derpy. But less derpy than I feared it might. Okay. That's gonna look really cool. And we're gonna have a solid spike going through the middle, like, which should look cool. Actually, that is done. They've started work on the, let's see. What was the build order for this thing? Might want to change it. Imperial Wharf, station storage wharf. Okay. So they're building a dock, and then they're putting the storage on, and they're putting the second dock on, and then they're doing the harbors. Okay. Then the other attachment points will someday be shipyard stuff. It's gonna look pretty cool, I think. Kind of curious to see if this wharf module is one I've seen before or not. It's definitely not a vanilla building, which is cool. Oh, I think I might recognize this one. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. I think this is the one that has the 2 large rooms. I don't know. Guess we'll find out in a minute. Well, more in a minute. Let's see. In 30 minutes, apparently. Okay. And that'll be after we get the Durasteel plates. Apparently these are not cheap. Oh well.
Requesting permission to dock.
Speaking of not cheap, the Durasteel plate factory should have started outputting now. A little bit. We don't have any ores available in stock. Oh. But we have a couple miners coming in to deliver some. We probably should assign more miners to this. But we do have some Durasteel plates available, which means we need to go ahead and assign a ship to haul them to the cable spool, probably. Well, I'm not sure how I want to do this. Do I want to simply stop delivering plates to the cable spool? Or do I want to I probably should assign a couple distribution. Here, you. Go kill the AA9. Thank you. And you, go kill the other AA9. The New Republic shall not mine my space. Anyway. I probably should assign a few freighters to this that can distribute the result around the area. Where would I need to go to get blueprints? I mean, I kind of like the Gazanti, but more than the Gazanti in the medium freighter size. Okay, I don't like the Action 4. Let's see if these guys will sell it. Yeah, the BFF bulk freighter. That looks suitably imperial for my needs. Look it up in the encyclopedia. See what that says about it. Let's see. Trading ships, light freighters, BFF bulk freighter. Anyway, this can haul quite a bit. Built by Transgalmag, Moncal,
Awaiting
Borskessel,
orders.
Sinar Fleet, Camino. So we could go buy that from Sinar. I think that'd probably be the closest person who would be willing to sell me. Oh, maybe not closest. One way or the other, it's going to be a lot of jumps to get somebody who sells that. Okay. Let's see. Sinar's over here. Yeah. Boom. All right. So I wonder if they will sell us a blueprint. Let's go talk to the Sinar representative and see if they'll sell us a blueprint for that.
Autopilot engaged.
Yeah. If we can get a blueprint for BFF1s, that would be pretty much the ideal ship for local in-system distribution. Honestly, as far as cargo capacity goes, which is really all that matters on a freighter, they're just better than Gazantes in every way.
Jump completed. Necropolis.
Yeah. Anyway. Meanwhile, that's gonna be a bit of a trip. It probably would have been faster to fly down here and buy it from these guys, but oh well. I thought I'd seen a rebel. Must have either flown
Jump
off into the
completed.
unseen area
Yaku.
or blown up. There it is. Go get him, Pretender. Other Pretender already has an order to go get them. Where's the Marauder? I'm gonna park the Marauder right close to the gate in the possibly vain hope that they blow stuff up before it gets in. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so should probably check on how things are doing back in Hoth.
Jump
So the
completed.
Oops
Rakata Prime.
is
Awaiting orders.
not producing anything because it's full. Really? I thought I had... Okay. We need to assign another cargo ship to haul pieces back. I'm gonna grab my... No, wait. I already have that assigned to do some stuff. Where's the other acclimators? They're headed out to grab a load. Okay. That's one of them anyway. Where's the other one? There it is. So we really need another acclimator. We can send to the Oops to haul away stuff. prefabs, module prefabs. Problem is I don't think I can afford, well, I probably could afford an acclimator.
Jump completed. Get up.
Have to think about it. One way or another, I'm going to need more acclimators soon. I'd prefer if I could build them myself. I mean, I don't really need to have guns on a freighter. I would like them to deal with any pesky pirates that might come close, but I don't need them. Shields would also be a nice to have, although once again, don't necessarily need them. So they function without either of them, either guns or shields.
Jump completed. Christie.
Unfortunately, they're large-sized ships, though, so I might as well get... I'll have my shield and probably gun factories up long before we get to the ability to build large ships. On the other hand, BFF-1s, we can start cranking those out the very second we have guns available. So that should be a bit of a priority. I think yeah. I am building wharfs already. That's why it's going to take 20 more minutes. Because those are wharves and can build ships. So we will be able to build our own medium ships here. I don't really want to build Gazantes.
Jump completed.
They're a fine Imperial
Cargo.
craft, but they're also a bit... They don't carry very much. Anyway. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more jumps, something like that. This definitely is a longer route than I really should have taken.
Jump completed. Elam.
I might want to stop by the Imperial Rep too, or up this way. I don't really have the money for that though. Is there anything I really need to buy? Oh. I don't know. Let's think about it. We'll see what we can get from the Sinar rep. I think the only thing I need from him is... Well, actually, I should check. What can I mount in the way of stuff? Okay. We need to buy the BFF-1 engine as well, obviously, apparently. We can fit whatever medium-sized thrusters we want.
Jump
We can fit
completed. The readout.
medium-sized quad RCs, which I think we already own. And then that's all we need to worry about. Okay. I'm pretty sure we already own the medium-sized quad RC. Yeah, we definitely do. And if we don't, then I will, well. I wish there was a way to set this to only show parts that I own and I just know about. Oh well.
Jump completed. Astandia.
So, if we get the ability to build BFF1s, that'll solve our in-system distribution problems. We'll still want acclimators for running the Hoth, Tricia. Actually, what's the lore for this system, if it has any? Terrestrial planet located in the core world sector. Okay. The homeworld of the creature known as the Shredder Bat. That sounds very hospitable. Very hospitable indeed. I would just definitely love to make my homeworld a place that has Shredder Bats. Why would it drop out of travel drive like that? Autopilot. Sometimes I wonder about you. Oh well. Autosave definitely takes way longer in this mod than it does in vanilla. That is
Jump completed. You're on.
a not inconsiderable problem. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps left. And we'll be over here at the Sinar Systems. Important person here, Famio Vicious. Okay. I know what's going on with that. Are you still chasing that AA9 around? I guess. Maybe we should launch some bombers at it. What in the world is going on there?
Autopilot epically failed.
I think that autopilot went to the same school as the pilot on the Pretender.
Autopilot disengaged. Autopilot engaged.
Because they have a few traits in common. Yay, epic autopilot fail. I don't know about yay, but we definitely got one. Autopilot, well, just isn't very good sometimes.
Jump completed. Yaga Minor.
Oh, it just isn't very good sometimes. Is there anything I can do to you to... What are you doing, Pretender? Don't fly way over there. Attack the damn ship. I wonder... Here. Go attack it. So disabled,
Jump
avoid high
completed.
risk.
Neonalenst.
Maybe it was viewing this as high risk somehow. We'll see. This should not be an easy fight, or it should not be a hard fight for the Pretender. It's a proper warship, whereas the A9 is just a hunk of armor. Thin armor. Around a hollow core. Okay, there, it finally took part of it out. I need to get teleport research, so I could just teleport back and handle it myself. Or send a scout ship out here and then
Jump
teleport over to...
completed. Forward Trezzy.
What are you doing, autopilot?
Autopilot. Disengage.
I'm reasonably certain it wasn't going to hit any of those asteroids. Well, or at least that I wasn't going to not be able to avoid them without turning off travel drive. A little too bad that autopilot doesn't know about flight assist disable.
Jump completed. Medito.
Okay, we've only got a couple more jumps. One more good jump. Yeah, next jump will be in about the right place. And we just need to fly over to Sinar, to their shipyard, and have a little conversation with their faction rep, see if he'll sell us the blueprints we want. Then we can start building license-built copies of the BFF-1.
Jump completed. Scipio.
Okay. So, let's come in a little high just for the fun of it. I want to get a good look at this place. Okay, so I'm kind of curious about these fat arms just take off the side of this. I wonder what they're called precisely. Because I'd like to get the blueprint for this.
Docking
Imperial
granted.
Trade Station dock, okay. The opening is over here.
Please hold. We will be scanning your cargo.
How about...
Go ahead and scan.
No, I
Docking
don't want to dock
avoided.
there.
All clear. You can be on your way.
Docking granted.
There. I don't want to dock over on that side because I don't want to deal with sound bug. Okay.
Hello.
TIE interceptor rail.
Let's go talk to the faction rep. Yeah, there we go. And over here,
Greetings.
I would like to buy a blueprint for a ship. This will be a medium ship. EFF bulk freighter, 5.5 million. Okay. Now, I would like to buy an engine. Specifically, I'd like to buy a BFF engine. Okay. Pretty sure, well, definitely don't own that yet. And now, as for shield generators, I own pretty much everything in the list. Okay, that's good to know. So we'll definitely have some kind of shield we can mount if we want to do that. Alright. Goodbye, money. You'll be missed.
Goodbye.
Oh yeah, and also goodbye, faction rep. Okay, let's get out of here. Then we have the long boring trip back to our home space. During which time, hopefully they make some progress on building the things I need to build more BFFs of my own. Okay. There we go.
Autopilot engaged.
Okay, look, Marauder,
Requesting immediate backup.
go blow up that AA9. I'm tired of this little whatever's going on here with the Pretender, where they chase it around real slow. And if need be, we'll launch bombers or something to go blow it up. About 10 minutes before our ship production is done. How's the rest of the building going? Okay, the last thing of durasteel plates have already been dropped off, and then we just had a little bit more to deliver. We need a bunch of module prefabs. I do believe that we do not actually have enough module prefabs to finish this thing, so we're gonna have to bring some in. Alright, well on that note, fly there. After the autosave. Come on, autosave, hurry up. Doesn't that take that long? Well,
Jump completed.
There we go.
Magito.
load up module
Awaiting
prefabs, of which there are very few. That's most unfortunate. Trade them to the build storage over here. Boom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Load save is faster in 6.0. That's
Jump
very good
completed.
news.
Board Trezzy.
It is better in this, or it's better in vanilla than it is in this, but not by enough better. It could definitely use being a lot better. Okay. It's not instant by any means, but improved. I think for vanilla I timed it's taking about 2 minutes to load. And for I'm not sure what this I don't think I've ever timed this. At least not as accurately as it did vanilla. Although vanilla it takes longer the later you go into the game. Just it's around 2 minutes.
Awaiting orders.
This is definitely longer than that by a good bit though.
Awaiting orders.
Anyway,
Jump completed. Neonalinst.
so how are the other places going? Also, where are my other ships? Just leaving Hoth, that's where they are. Definitely need more acclimators to do this run. Yeah, we need a lot more acclimators to run this.
Jump completed.
Well, we
Mega
definitely,
miner.
after buying the current blueprint, can't afford more acclimators. But we can probably sell some stripped down stuff of various kinds and get more. Oh. Sell a bunch of ties or something. Or heck, just produce a whole ton of BFFs and sell about half of them and keep the rest for in-system transport. Put all the acclimators onto modular prefab route and then buy a couple more. Sounds like a reasonable idea. We'll see one way or the other though. Later.
Jump completed. You're on.
Where are we at? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jumps. Get back home. I want to check something here. Missions? Upkeep missions? Oh. Okay, they want credits. They're not getting credits. And they would like to have a trade ship. Well, they're not getting that either. These guys need cargo drones. They need cargo drones as well. I did order cargo drones bought for all of these, didn't I? Worth a check. No, I didn't. Let's go ahead and order 25 cargo drones. Oh. There. And then we'll order 5 repair drones just to have some available.
Jump completed. Ascendia.
Okay. I need to find a source for smart chips or whatever they're called. Okay, you I'm pretty sure I ordered drones for already. Yes, I did. 50 and 10. Probably more than I need. And the main shipyard facility. For this place, I'm going to want a rather large amount of drones. Let's do 5 and 5 for now, just so it has a few. Okay. We're also gonna have to change all of these to have buy from us only orders for the most part. But anyway. Yeah.
Autopilot.
Can you please stop kicking off the autopilot?
Awaiting orders.
Rocks may be scary, but they're not that scary.
Jump completed. The readout.
Let's see, where am I at? Oh, there. Oh. Lots of flying. Lots of flying. I had to fly over to Sinar Fleet Systems to buy a blueprint that we're not going to be able to use for a while anyway.
Jump completed. Elam.
Eventually. Which actually, it's not going to be as long as I think. We got less than 10 minutes left until the wharf is done. Ugh. And then we just need to get some engine parts on hand, which it's going to be a while for that one. Yeah. Let's see, we got antimatter converter production done. Engine parts are next. Then microchip and silicon wafer and advanced composites. We need all of this stuff available before we can actually
Jump
build engines.
completed. Virgo.
I'm not sure how many mining chips I need to assign to this. I'll probably start with 2 ore, 1 gas. Maybe 2 of each. Because graphene requires gas, if I remember correctly. And Tabana requires gas. So that'll be 2 gases and 1 ore. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll assign 1 of each and see what happens. If one starts piling up, then we'll hire another of the other kind. Or assign, I should say, since I bought already a bunch already.
Jump completed. Christie.
Anyway. About 5 jumps away, so we'll be there soon. Also, for some reason right now, I feel like falling asleep. It's fine when I started streaming, all of a sudden now it's like... Probably all the letting the autopilot fly. Oh. Probably I'll just hand fly the last leg here. Or the last leg or two. Not that it's particularly complicated flying, which doesn't really help you stay awake anyway. Okay. Autosave, just how long does it take you?
Jump completed. Yida.
There, finally.
Autopilot. Engaged. Autopilot. Disengaged.
Wait, I was off autopilot already? Okay. There's not a whole lot of maneuvering during this flying anyway. The last several jumps have been very much a matter of just let it alone and it'll fly right to where it needs to go. But the next jump actually requires a turn. I think. A slight one. And after that, there's one that definitely requires a turn.
Jump completed. Rakata Prime.
Okay. 2 more jumps.
Wreck. Wreck.
No, don't select the Rex, damn it.
Jump beacon.
There we
Daku.
go. Select the actual thing I have the nose over. Okay, once we get back to the main system, not sure what we're gonna do next, other than wait. Because we need to do a lot of waiting. We're really close to being able to build our own ships. But it's gonna be a while before we can build much meaningful amounts of them. The engine factory, well, let's see. Before we're going to get any reasonable amount of output out of this, it's going to be
Jump completed. Jakku.
probably about an hour, hour and a half, I'd guess. Maybe 2 hours. Well, it's probably somewhere between an hour and 3 hours, actually. Let's see, if those are all 25 minutes, then probably closer to 3 hours than anything. Anyway. Last night I was browsing around a little bit, and I ran into an article about Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, which is a game that I've been
Jump completed.
paying a small
Necropolis.
amount of attention to for quite a while now, because it's one I want to play as a weekend game at some point in the future. It's kind of low down the list, but it's also kind of high up on the list. It'll probably happen before I do another Factorial run, assuming I don't forget about it. And there's definitely going to be another Factorial run happening at some point. But anyway, apparently it was just recently removed from Steam. Because some insane nut job
Completed. Etrisia.
decided to basically file a false DMCA complaint.
Imperial Star Destroyer 2.
So it is hopefully temporarily not on Steam anymore. And hopefully it'll be back soon. It's basically an extremely complicated city builder kind of thing, I guess. Where you have to control every aspect of construction and economy, I guess. In great detail. Sounds pretty cool. He's a lawyer, he's claiming game mode he made. Yeah, basically. But he's insane, he doesn't have a legal leg to stand on, let's put it that way. The fact that he's a lawyer and he filed suit on his own behalf is all you really need to know. I don't care if you're a lawyer or not. Lawyers know better than that. And the ones who do it anyway are the whack job ones. There's the old saying about the man who represents himself as a fool for a client. You know, I kind of doubt he's going to get hit by a countersuit. I'm going to explain why. The company that makes that game is based in... Oh, where was it again? One of the many, many small Eastern European countries.
Docking grant.
They don't really have a gigantic amount of money.
Docking aborted.
I mean, they've got money, but they don't have a huge amount they can just blow on fighting a lawsuit in the United States. Romania? That sounds about right. And What am I? Oh, I'm running into the ghost of the thing that's currently being built. Okay. It just wasn't showing up at all, that's what. But anyway, they don't really have a gigantic amount of money just to waste on a lawsuit in the United States. Because at the end of the day, and also if they did sue the guy and won, there's no guarantee he'd be able to pay them anything. Or at least anything anywhere close to what it would cost them to sue him. So really, they would be much more interested in just getting the lawsuit to go away and forgetting it ever happened. I mean, obviously, if they could sue him, they would be delighted. You know, if they could sue him and ensure that they would... These numbers are floating over the surface of this, and it's bothering me. And ensure they made their money back out of it. I'm sure they would be delighted to do so. But a lot of the times, lawsuits don't make any financial sense. Let's put it that way. So really the best they can hope for is just file countersuit against him at the same time as he files his suit and hopefully get their attorney's fees out of it and make him go away. Which the guy sounds like a real nut job. Just from what I've read that he wrote and such like. Does not sound like the most stable individual in the world. But anyway. It's not a good situation in the long run, or the short run. Oh. In any case, hopefully it's all resolved and tied up and the developers are back to making money by whatever time I get around to having that game pop up on my list as the next most sensible thing to play. Because I really kind of want to play it. I want to see what it's like. It doesn't really seem like an automation game per se. It doesn't really seem like a city builder. It just kind of... I don't know. Seems interesting. And it's really unfortunate that there's nothing the community can really do about it. Except sit back and watch. Because it's all down to slinging lawyers at each other until the problem goes away. And even if you have an ironclad case, often the lawyer slinging takes a little while. Which they've got a pretty open and shut case against him. I mean, there's no way he's going to win anything from. Anyway. You just kind of have to wonder what people like that are thinking. That's probably why he's representing himself, for that matter. He couldn't find anybody crazy enough to represent him. Because, once again, even lawyers do not represent themselves in cases like that. It's just not smart. Sometimes they do, but it's never a good idea. Okay. So instead of flying around circles around an invisible object, let's take a look here. 1 minute away from finishing station storage, held up by module prefabs. Woo. Okay. Let's go dock at the new wharf, which I think is right over there. Right over there. And see what it looks like on the inside. I think I recognize the piece in question. But I want to dock there and walk around a little bit. It's like, where are the landing pads for the largest, or
Docking
mediums, I mean?
granted.
Are they just landing in the middle of the bays? Guess that'd probably make sense.
Hello.
And autosave. Oh, come on. Let me out. Let me out. Want to walk around my station. Open the doors. There we go.
TIE interceptor rail.
Okay. Yep. Okay, I recognize this station building. There's that little ATST. As far as walking mechs go, the mech warrior ones look cooler. Am I stuck? Might have to crouch jump to get out of here. There we go. Okay, what's over here? You know how I know that this isn't a real Star Wars thing? They have safety railings in their catwalks. This is fake Star Wars, it has to be. Star Wars doesn't have safety railings. Anyway. Let's go over and see what's on the other side. The Alliance is calling you. Got him now showing on Space Sports. Advertise here. Get your business noticed. I don't know how Star Wars-y that kind of advertisement is. I mean, I assume Star Wars definitely would have had ads somewhere. Okay, whatever. Moving on. These rooms are a lot larger than they look when you come flying in. Could probably fit several mediums in here. I assume they have medium docks. I didn't actually check, but they're a wharf. They can build mediums, so there have to be medium docks somewhere. They don't have to be, but I assume that there are anyway. Whoa. There was a hole in that there railing. I don't think there was a visual one either, so that means there's just a hole in the collision. Okay. There's a door over here. Empty room. Empty pit. I think this is supposed to be like an elevator or something, maybe. I think there were 4 of these rooms. One each corner. Let's go over to the other corner and find out for sure. This is definitely the riveting space simulator gameplay you all came to see. Unsafe safety rails must be Imperial. Yeah. I guess instead of doing the proper Imperial thing and not installing safety rails, they just installed bad safety rails. Oh, we need to assign somebody here to work at the ship dealership. Let's do that now before I forget it. Let's see. Does this place have a manager? Yes, it does. Okay. It just has some random employees on board. Okay. You work here as a ship trader. Congratulations. Not sure where these two came from. I guess that means we don't have to assign somebody new, though. Normally I'd pull somebody off the Pretender and assign them here, but if I don't have to, then I don't have to. Alright. So, way over on the other side. Also, of course, we can look out through the windows here, or the atmosphere fields. Uh-oh. Okay. The atmospheric fields do not have collision. I wonder if I can run off into space. Also, what's floating over here? Okay, nothing. Just some space dust. Do you think we'd fall if we walked off the edge here? I suspect we probably would. Yep. Oh, this has collision though. Somebody should probably suggest to the developers that they make at least the bottom little lip on those openings have collision. If they did it carefully enough, it wouldn't even be noticeable to anyone trying to fly through. I wish I could zoom in on things, because I'm kind of curious what that is. We'll have to go fly over there and look at it later. I'm quite sure that nobody's supposed to be down here, let's put it that way. But hey, let's see how far we can go. Looks like there's another ledge over here. This has suddenly gotten interesting. Oh no. I'm turning into AF. Help. Whoa. Okay. We have some LOD issues. I'm tempted to quote the intro to Myst right now, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm just going to press the button to teleport back to my ship. Out of my seat, please. Thank you. Myst was a pretty cool game. So this is some kind of lift kind of thingy, looks like. Okay, so I remember correctly. Aha, it's on the other side, okay. We were on the other side of the station.
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
Bonk. Okay, there is the ship merchant that we visited. And then right over here is where we walked off the edge. And then we went out this way. And rendering got really weird right in here. See? They've got some kind of issue there. It's right at the edge. And then we fell into the void. Okay, what I wanted to check out though
Docking
was...
granted. Docking aborted.
Aha, that is where the store is. Oh. Okay. It really doesn't like me being here. Yeah, you can see how it pushes away from things. Anyway. That's enough messing around. Let's go mess around in a different way.
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
How do they come with deliveries? They have not. That's how they have handled deliveries. We do have a small amount of module prefabs in stock. So, let's grab the acclimator. Let's go ahead and buy them all. And then go over here. Trade with the build storage and sell them all. Boom. And then come park over here when you're done. Okay, we definitely need to get more acclimators. I want to keep one in system though, but I definitely need to get more acclimators flying the route. Anyway, once that's delivered, it should take about a minute to finish the first of the storage compartments. And at that point, it should actually be possible to start working on research. I don't think we'd have the money to do that, but... Oh. Now, how have things been going at the other stations? They've been going. That's how they've been going. Going quite slowly. I don't think that vanilla was this slow to build production capacity, but maybe I'm wrong. But man, this construction speed ever slow. Getting enough production built that I can produce even basic fighters is going to take a long, long time. And cost a great deal of funds, which means I should probably run around and check on my other stations to see how much money they have in stock. Bespin Solar Power Plant, how are you doing? You are completely full on energy cells, and you have 2.7 million in hand. People are stopping by to buy energy, but not as often as they could. Okay. Apparently we've saturated the energy market in the area. Okay, here aboard the Oops. Have almost 9 million in stock. Everything is full except Durasteel plates. People aren't buying very much of it, apparently. Okay. That's distressing. And over here at the Sunspot, Energy cells are full. And we have 3.8 million in stock. Okay. We're making sales. Oh. Not very large sales, but sales. But the good thing at this point, we no longer depend on money for basic station building. Although we do still depend on money for buying ships for at least a little while. Once the mining station's done, not mining station, the engine station's done, we'll be most of the way to being able to build our own miners too. Not large miners, which is unfortunate because I don't want to buy any mediums, but we will be able to sell whatever mediums we can produce and buy large miners with that though. Can't wait till this thing gets done because I think it's going to look awesome. Until then, let's go fly off and look at one of the other stations. Let's go look at the hull part. Durasteel plate factory. And here we are. Okay, new construction is down here at the bottom half. It looks like the first one of these, not sure what to call them, industrial units is completed. And the one beside it is over half done. Don't remember how many of these this place gets.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking
Let's
permission
check.
granted.
It gets 2 more. Okay, I forgot that it was on both sides. 2 more and then 2 individuals in the ends. 18 of these things. That's a lot of station modules. That is a lot of station modules indeed. Oh, at 25 minutes each? Oh, Hello, Rushy Washy. Welcome here. Yeah, 25 minutes for each Durasteel plate production. We got several streams worth of work on this thing before it's done. I guess it's a good thing we have another source of Durasteel plates. This place... let's see, it's 5 minutes until the last engine part production's on. Just reloaded the tab since delay was off. How am I? I'm feeling sleepy for some reason. And I wasn't feeling sleepy until I started the stream, so I'm gonna blame it on you guys. I'm doing pretty good. Especially good because tomorrow starts a 3-day weekend. So there's going to be a lot of oxygen not included around here for a couple days.
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
3 whole days of it,
Awaiting
to be
orders.
exact. Okay, that acclimator has finished its deliveries, which means it's going to be less than a minute until the first module of the first storage module of the shipyard is finished. Let's go check that out. Which I'm kind of curious. If I sit way back here, you can probably watch it pop into existence. Oh, there it is. For some reason, it wasn't rendering the partially completed. Just reminded you that you have to finish General's Challenge. I can't wait till we get to that part. That's a pretty cool campaign. Wait, did they build both of them that quickly? Yeah, there's no way. No, they completed both of them. Okay. That's crazy. Now they're working on the second wharf, which is going to take another 30 minutes. Currently stuck on the super weapon general. Yeah, this is going to be our shipyard eventually, and sort of our imperial capital. As soon as the autosave's done, there we go. The outer ring is, as far as I can tell, the player HQ repaired and without the asteroid in the middle. And it just so happens that the Imperial Control Center module fits into the center of that reasonably well. And it just so happens that the Imperial Trade Station storage modules happen to fit into the center of that reasonably well. And then we can just fit a wharf and Imperial Harbor on each side here, and then eventually we'll put medium and large production, or large and extra large production around the outside. And we're going to have a very cool little base indeed. Of course, in actual flying around, it's a lot less bright and eye-searing than it is. Almost feels like it's a planned coincidence. I don't know. Whatever it is, it works out really well. It definitely looks quite awesome. The only problem is the Imperial piece is perfectly... Oh, here, let's get above it a ways so I can show it. It's not terribly obvious if you just glance at it, but it annoys me a little nonetheless. The Imperial HQ piece in the middle is symmetrical, but the outer ring isn't quite. It's like that doesn't quite line up. That's pretty close. That's pretty close, but they don't quite... Like if I lined this up so it was closer, then that would be even farther away. So it's kind of a trade-off sort of thing on all of those. Because the outer ring is a little bit uneven. It should crash into it so it lines up. Yeah. It just doesn't have even spacing around the outside is the problem. If it had even spacing, then I could have lined everything up so it would have looked perfect. But as it is, it's just kind of fly past it quickly so people don't notice sort of thing. But outside of that, it's definitely the coolest station I ever had. And it's just getting started. You think crashing into it will fix it? I don't know about that one. For one thing, there's a minor problem with crashing into it. Large parts of it don't have collision. Mostly just the outside of this ring. But that was worth it for the pure humor of it.
Docking aborted.
Anyway, speaking of not having collision, the atmospheric shield on the entrances here. Has no collision, as I discovered. And you can walk out and fall down here onto the ground. And then you can walk around. I walked around out here and ended up walking off the edge and falling forever through space. It's kind of funny.
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
Of course, then you just hit the hotkey to teleport back to your ship, but still. If there was somebody who didn't know about that hotkey to teleport back to their ship, they might have thought they had to reload the game, and that probably would have been funny.
Docking aborted.
But anyway. Of course, once you fall off the edge, there's no way to get back up, so it's just a matter of walking until you fall off more ledges. And
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
some of the station parts, the non-vanilla ones, are a little tiny bit janky. Not like super janky or anything, just a little bit. Oh well. It is a given and modded and is a feature, not a bug. Yeah. That's always the problem with mods. They're always more janky than the base game is. But that's just simply because modders do not have the time or money to put as much effort into it as original developers did. Well, okay, I shouldn't say it's always more janky, because I've seen mods that are less janky than the base game, but that was because the base game was a disaster, not because of any other reason. And usually mods don't quite fit seamlessly into the base game either. Although, I've seen some that do. Or in fact, I've seen a lot that do, but I've seen a lot more that don't. For any value of base game. Oh yeah, better access always lets you do better stuff. That's one reason why a lot of Bethesda games have solid modding communities, because they give out really good dev tools. And then the community makes more dev tools to add on to that yet. And you end up with a very powerful set of stuff. I'm not sure what modding is like for CNC Generals, but I would assume it's probably not that easy. Most of my modding effort was spent modding Dwarf Fortress. And there I had awesome tools, mostly because I wrote tons and tons of them myself. A lot of INI files. Any game that requires art tends to be harder to mod, simply because you need to have an artist on tap, or you need to be an artist, at least a little bit. It used to be, back far enough, there was a fairly popular 3D library called Granny 3D that was put out by Rad Game Tools. They used to make a lot of important and useful libraries for game development back then. But the SDK to work with Granny 3D models was like a $10,000 thing. So needless to say, there really were not any mods that came with custom 3D art for any game that used that library. I think there were like 1 or 2 mods for what game was it now? Don't remember. There was some game that used it that had a couple mods that had custom art. That was because one of the modders was a developer at some studio that used that library. And so he was able to convert his models using the SDK he had got at work. Eventually there were some tools that came out to work with those models that were available free, I think. I think Darkstar 1 is one of those games where you really can't make new models at all. But I can't remember if that's because of the way models are hard-coded into the engine or what the deal was exactly. Didn't know X4's flight model is so fluid-looking, always seems stiff in others' videos. I don't know, it always never seems stiff to me. Even when playing with keyboard and mouse, it never seems stiff. I am using flight sticks, which maybe helps a little bit. But even with keyboard and mouse, it's pretty fluid. I haven't flown keyboard and mouse in a while. Whoa! Get around that. Keyboard and mouse is definitely a little less fluid, maybe. A little trickier. Although you can be a lot more accurate. I've lost all my keyboard and mouse flight ability. You can definitely dogfight better that way. Really, if I was going to fly with a mouse nowadays, though, I think I would take one stick and bind roll and throttle on the stick, and then I would just fly that way. If you get a bit of practice with keyboard and mouse, though, you can actually do some maneuvers that are harder to do on stick because you have easier access to the thruster controls. So you can turn tighter and stuff like that. Although you can... I used to have my thrusters bound to be pretty convenient, so... Okay. Stop showing off, Milo. You're gonna smack into things doing that. Map.ini types of mods in general is only temporary and you can't add any new models. Yeah. But immediately if you start adding new models, let's see, where do I want to go from here? If you start adding new models, the difficulty of modding goes up considerably. Even if it is a... even if there are good tools for working with them and stuff. Wonder if I can play this game well with a steering wheel? I'm going to say probably not. Probably not. You really need at least 4 axes to play well. You pitch and yaw. I guess you don't really need a throttle axis. It helps, but you don't need it. You could probably fly pretty well with a plane yoke, honestly. Because then you'd have roll and pitch. And then if you had pedals, that would get you yaw. It'd be a bit weird and inconvenient, though. Love to see co-op. So would I. Limited. Like 4-player maybe. Maybe a few more. Like, if you put too many people into a X world, I think it would ruin it. But if you could bring in like a couple friends or something, I think that would really help it,
Docking granted.
really help the game out,
Docking aborted.
particularly with
Docking
the
granted. Docking
addition of
aborted.
travel drive. You don't really need CETA anymore, and so removing the variable of time acceleration, it would make it way easier to do multiplayer. It would still be a little tricky, but if you just did simple low player count co-op, just so you can drag a couple friends in and, you know, blast around, have fun. Imagine the dog fights with coordinated strikes. Imagine having one player running the capital ship while everybody else flew fighters off it or whatever. Or you could bring in a capital ship and a couple of mediums and have NPC fighters buzzing around you. This game is about the only one I've seen where you can really get large numbers of ships fighting. The trouble is, most of the large number of ships are AI that aren't very smart, but... Or just dogfight each other for the hell of it. Yeah. I definitely wouldn't want to see special support for PvP modes or whatever, but friendly fire is a thing. Go ahead, do a friendly dogfight if you want. I definitely wouldn't want to see support for multiple player factions. I think that'd be too far. But anyway.
Docking granted. Docking aborted. Docking granted. Docking aborted.
So, let's see. What is this piece right here? Oops. It's not giving me the... Okay, fine. We can just check. They're currently working on microchip production. Alright. Microchip, silicon wafer, advanced composite, refined metal. So they're getting surprisingly close to getting a reasonable amount done on this station. Okay. We should probably start assigning miners. We're gonna need... I'm gonna assign 2 of each for now. We'll see how that works out. Friendly fire can make the game better sometimes, saying that as someone who goofs off in Deep Rock Galactic. I need to play that game sometime. Problem is I have no time to do so. Okay, 1 gas, 1 ore, 2 gas, okay. Mine for commander, group alpha. Oh, I have a long list of games I need to play sometime, and most of them are never ever going to get played. Oh well. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Daxi Gaming. Greatly appreciate it. Right now, I'm basically just flying around in circles, bored, because I'm waiting for things to get finished building. Which is going to take quite a while, considering we have 3 stations being built in the area, and none of them are complete or even close to it. This is going to be our engine parts factory. Someday. It's probably got an hour or 2 of building left on it. And over here, we have our hull parts factory. Although this mod calls it...
Hiraklon Miner. Hiraklon Miner.
Oh, what is it called again? Durasteel plating. There we go. So this produces Durasteel plating from ore to the actual Durasteel plating. It's maybe half done. Probably a bit over half done. Yeah, it's over half done. Probably like 2/3 done. And then over here, almost finished already, or finished with what's currently ordered to be built, is the shipyard. So this isn't vanilla X4. This is with a Star Wars mod, which is a pretty cool mod, but... So we have here what is going to be the shipyard someday. Currently, it's a couple Imperial Station parts attached to the ring from the... I think this is the same ring as the base game Player HQ uses, but with the damage to it repaired. It's got an Imperial Station core thingy in the middle of it, and a couple of trade station storage things stuck in the middle of that as kind of a spindle through the center. Eventually, around the outside of the ring, it's going to receive shipyard pieces. One day, you'll start a modded playthrough of the game. This mod is a total conversion, and it's definitely different. A lot of the game balance is completely different. I'm not sure if I like the balance changes. Some of them I do, maybe a little bit. Some of them I don't really. But I get to fly around in Star Wars ships, so that's cool. I definitely can't wait for the next DLC to come out. They haven't announced a date yet, but it's coming out this year. And I understand from the progress that's been made on the beta versions that it's coming along pretty nicely. But anyway, I definitely miss my Maria and want to get another one and buzz around in it. But that'll wait for the DLC to launch. Until then, I'll make do with a Royal Guard TIE Interceptor. This thing is so slow, though. It's fast for fighters in this mod, but base game fighters are faster. Some of them, anyway. Some are slower. Especially the Terran fighters tend to be pretty crap. Well, let's take a look at how the other factories are going. This one... We're out of module prefabs, and we're a wharf and 2 harbors away from finishing the current phase. Alright. The plate factory is continuing. It's not going to run out of resources for hours. It'll probably run out of plates somewhere while building the last couple Durasteel plate factories. So that's a good 3, maybe 4 hours into the future. Takes so long to build those pieces. This thing has run out of module prefabs as well. And it's going to be a little while. Do I have any module prefabs available at the cable spool? No, I don't. Okay, I definitely need to get more freighters. Let's find out how much they're going to cost. I don't remember how much an acclimator costs. But I need more of them. Let's see. Size large. Acclimator transport. Standard loadout. 10 million. I can't even afford one. That's unfortunate. I do have an extra acclimator sitting around, but I kind of want to keep that available. Screw it. Remove all orders. Fault behavior. Repeat orders. Confirm. Tell it to fly down here to Hoth. Buy from the Oops. Buy module prefabs. Max capacity, max price, make sure it always fills up. And then after buying from there, fly back. Sell to the cable spool. Module prefabs. Sell them all for the minimum price. Confirm. How am I doing? I'm short on everything. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I was thinking about taking the acclimator that's currently transporting Durasteel plates off that job and putting it onto module prefabs, but don't think this place is producing enough Durasteel plates to do that yet. Actually, it is. Okay. We don't need to produce Durasteel plates out of the system anymore. Which one of the acclimators was doing that? Module prefabs. Module prefabs. Must have been the big bastard. Durasteel plates, yeah. Let's change this to module prefabs. Buy for max price. Buy max amount from the Oops. I'll wait till this finishes selling and then we'll change the sell order as well. Actually, wait, can we just do that now? Module prefabs at the cable spool for the minimum price. Okay. And it did not change the order down here. Okay, that's good. All right. So from now on, we'll be able to get our plates from here at the currently unnamed plate factory. Speaking of which, how is this doing for resources? It is currently low on ores. Let's assign another couple of ore miners to it. Yeah, these two should do the job. Okay. Mine for commander, group alpha. You have 6 ore miners and 2 gas miners assigned to that one. Hopefully that's enough. What do I have left here that's unassigned? Gas, ore, ore, okay. No, wait, some of these are mining. 2 ore, 1 gas. I hope I didn't accidentally assign somebody else's freighters without paying attention. Okay, no, I assigned 2. Okay, so I assigned unassigned ones properly. All right. All right. I need to get a lot more medium freighters so I can assign medium freighters to these 2 stations to distribute the products. I think I'm going to use a push distribution model instead of a pull distribution model. Where I'll have the stations that produce the goods assigned to distribute them instead of the station that needs the goods assigned to go pick them up. Probably doesn't really make much difference either way, but... Alright. I should probably go find something to blow up, but I don't... To do that, I have to go all the way to New Republic space, and... Also, I really don't want to lose this fighter right now. I do have the money to replace it, but I'd rather not spend the money replacing it. Be a bad idea.
Neutron Star Builder.
Okay, that's the boarding ship. Yeah, okay, I know where I'm at now. I think. Let's go find the Marauder. It needs a morale visit. Should be right out here somewhere. Okay. Where's the system gate? Okay, that should be the cable spool. Yeah, it's the cable spool. So the Marauder should be right over here somewhere. Yeah, we'll fly over there and see what we can see. There's the Pretender. Guess we'll fly over and see the Pretender. You can probably find the Marauder from there anyway. Oh. There's the Marauder. Is this somebody else's acclimator? Yeah, it's a Galactic Empire acclimator. They only use these things for transports, but they serve pretty well. They're one of the better transports in the game, if you ask me. And here, of course...
Scimitar.
Stop selecting the stuff docked on it. I want to actually select the Marauder itself. Anyway, here is the Marauder. An Imperial II Star Destroyer. And definitely the biggest thing in my fleet. It'll probably be the biggest thing in my fleet until the very end of the game. And past it, because I'm pretty sure there's not anything bigger than that the Empire has. Alas. Unfortunately, they don't let you build a Death Star. Which is definitely tragic, but... well, you can't have everything. I have a whole bunch of Scimitar bombers lined up. That wasn't very smart of you, Milo. There we go. Unfortunately, this docking bay is purely for looks. Also, flying in here isn't a good idea. It's possible to get stuck and clang out. That one's large enough, it's not really that big of a deal, but... anyway. I really like Star Destroyers, they're cool. And of course there's a shuttle bay here in the back, which is really cool. It's a perfect place to put a shuttle bay. Unfortunately it's not usable, but... I don't think I can fit through here. Oh, yeah, I guess I can. Let's try that again. But this time in third person, because I want to see just how tight that was. Okay. Not as tight as you might think. Not as tight as you might think. Dang it. That was an easy maneuver that I screwed up. Let's go ahead and see where... Did they just shove that ship backwards? Sure looked like it. Let's go ahead and see where my acclimators are. Okay, this one is headed out to the oops. That's the one we just dispatched, I think. This one's about halfway there. And this one is just in the middle of undocking. Or in the middle of docking still. No, it's docking. It's just finished undocking and is headed out. Okay. What do our stocks look like? We're okay on Durasteel plates. Sort of. Between what little bit we have here and the little bit we have on the actual factory. I probably should load these all up onto something and move them off to the other station and then remove the storage for them here. But I'll leave this alone for now. We really need more energy cell deliveries. I really need to get a large freighter and get it on the energy cell route instead of... I have a single medium freighter right now, not even a good medium freighter. It's definitely long past the point where that it can keep up. Let's see, it's 10 million to buy a medium. Let's pull some money off the oops. Yeah, we have enough money. We'll go ahead and take all the money from that because it shouldn't be buying anything, it should only be selling. And we'll go buy an acclimator. Just one, unfortunately. I really need at least 2 or 3 acclimators right now. But alas. Add one to the shopping list, and goodbye money, you'll be missed. 11 minutes until the acclimator rolls off the production line. And then we'll assign him to hauling energy cells. We'll take the current energy cell hauler and we'll assign him to the, what do I call it? We'll assign him to the haul parts station. Because that needs something set there to distribute. Otherwise, everybody's going to end up without enough haul parts to build. This little station is, appropriately enough, named the cable spool. And its sole purpose is to serve as a transshipment point for deliveries. Eventually, this is going to have a lot of medium freighters assigned to it. To distribute delivered resources to local stations.
Docking granted.
Mainly, the main job of this is going to be to
Docking
distribute
aborted.
energy cells, but that's going to be far from its only task. Let's see. Let's go park over here by the shipyard. We'll take another look at the energy cell stations and see how they're doing. They might have harvestable money built up. Okay, the Sunspot has 4.2 million. And it's completely full of energy cells. Are people still buying? A little bit. What happened here? Okay, we just had a couple large sales instead of the standard small ones. I'm surprised how many energy cells this little thing cranks out. Eventually, we might have to add a second layer to it, though. We'll see once we assign the large freighter how well it keeps up. The Bespin solar power plant has 2 million. Apparently it just gave me a delivery of 2 million a few minutes ago. All right. For some reason, this station keeps giving me money and the others don't automatically. Not sure why. Okay, so he's not completely full of energy cells, but he's pretty close. I should give this more storage too. By at least a little bit. Anyway, come on, autosave, hurry up, go away. This station was the biggest moneymaker for a long time. There must have been quite the energy cell drought in the area. But that has long since cleared up. 300,000 since I drained their accounts a little while ago. Not too bad. Still full up on everything. Okay. Any of you guys made significant progress on building? Still working on microchip production. This thing probably hasn't gone anywhere because... Oh. Have they actually? Yeah, they've actually finished one whole side. Okay. Alright. That's doing pretty well then. And this thing is caught up on not having enough module prefabs. Of course. It's been stuck there for a while now. It's kind of unfortunate. Let's go take a look at... where's that? There it is. Lydia Steel Plate Factory. Not much has changed since the last time we were there, but... Time must be killed. We had a few New Republic ships try to show up and mine in our space earlier. And that did provide a few minutes of excitement, but...
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
In general, the excitement isn't going to happen until we can start actually replacing our Navy. without having to spend millions and millions of credits. And then it'll be time to go tell the New Republic what we think of them. Spoiler, we don't appreciate them very much at all. We don't appreciate them much at all. For extra excitement, shoot build storage. Actually, no, bad idea. I kind of miss the Xenon. That's one thing this mod really lacks. An enemy that just attacks everybody everywhere. Because like here, outside of a few New Republic miners that show up with small escorts or whatever, there's not a whole lot of there's a lot of places where there's just no combat whatsoever ever. Whereas in X4, usually there's at least a couple Xenon poking around no matter where you're at. Maybe not very many, but it really doesn't seem like the doesn't seem like a lot of the hostile you really don't encounter hostiles everywhere you go. And there's a lot of places that just simply don't have any. The main factions do have more complicated relationships in this than in vanilla, I think. But that just means there's large blocks of very hostile space and large blocks of completely peaceful space. Oh well. I don't think this station makes quite as good of an obstacle course as the Oops did. The Oops is a little more fun to fly around. This one isn't bad though. Bonk. Okay, I cut that corner a little tight. 1 minute 58 seconds away from having our new acclimator. Okay. So a couple minutes from now we need to go back in and we need to order that to get on the energy cell transport route. At which point we need to also order the medium ship that's currently doing the transport route for that to come here and handle steel plate distribution. Or not steel plate, durasteel plate. But anyway. You know what'd be really awesome? If for X5, someday when they make that, if they add 2 things, well, 3 things. Okay, 4 things. And those 4 things are really the only things I kind of want. Limited co-op multiplayer. It's like no giant servers or anything super complicated like that. Just a few friends kind of thing. All on the same team. Multi-threaded
Docking granted. Docking
universe
aborted.
simulation. which, due to the way they split the universe up into individual cells, would be relatively easy to do. It'd be a lot easier than within almost any other architecture you can imagine. That wouldn't help, or wouldn't help much, game performance for
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
it wouldn't help game performance that much, but what it would help is assuming everything was done carefully and all that stuff, it would help with when you have multiple players scattered out in multiple systems. It would help performance at least a little. If something complicated is happening in a system you're not in, it could simulate that in a separate thread from the system that you're currently in, and it still wouldn't help cases like if you have a really complicated things happening in the same system you're in kind of situations, but
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
so that's two things. The third thing is just smarter AI. I can't really define what the AI should do that they're not doing already, but the AI is not that smart. They seem competent enough at dogfighting and stuff, but well, okay, I can't too define what they shouldn't do, they don't do already. It's like the AI mods that make it so that your ships don't do things that are obviously suicidal. Those help a lot with the confidence to just send a ship in to shoot something or whatever. Some of that stuff should be vanilla already. And isn't. Bonk. Generally, the AI should be less suicidal. The AI should just know where you are at any time, just fly full charge at you and crash. No, the AI shouldn't do that. But they should be less suicidal. They should be smarter about when to flee, when to attack, how to use their weapons effectively. But anyway. Importantly, if they outrange a stationary target, they should make sure they stay out of that stationary target's range. Because they very much do not do that currently. They should know which guns are good against what kind of ships, and judge their target and judge their guns, and decide what range to sit away. For example, currently if you order a ship to attack another large ship, they'll move until all their guns are in range instead of just moving until their anti-ship guns are in range. So they'll move to within range of whatever your medium turrets are, which sometimes can be disastrous. Particularly when you're attacking Xenon, who have powerful short-range guns. That might have the overall effect of making the game harder, but I would prefer that to having to install mods to get that kind of behavior ready. So that's 3 things. And I think I spent so much time talking, I don't remember what the 4th one was going to be. Let's see. Smarter AI. Multi-threaded system updating. And what was the other one? Limited co-op. Oh yeah. A better story. There's nothing inherently wrong with the current story, but I think it would be kind of cool if they did a story that was more a specific character in a specific circumstance. Kind of like the story for X Rebirth. Except obviously I wasn't too impressed with the story in that either, I guess. Except, importantly, I mean, sure, you don't get the story if you choose certain game starts. Like, the story would be a specific game start. It would lead you through a specific scenario. And then you would have free play as a separate thing from the story. And free play would have its own story scenarios that are perhaps a little less complicated or something. But dedicated, carefully made, cool set pieces. Way outside the capabilities of the studio with their current money and its workforce. Awesome AAA quality story. That's never going to happen. But it would be awesome if they did. There's no way they could afford either the manpower or the money required to do it, but the other goals are kind of achievable. That one definitely isn't. And our acclimator has definitely finished working, or finished being built. So, I was too busy talking and didn't pay attention to what was going on. Alright. Let's go ahead and set you to repeat orders, except your captain is too much of a beginner to know how to do that. So, you, buddy, let's sort by skills of captain. Boom. There's a 5-star pilot on board this acclimator. And they gave me a 1-star pilot as captain. What? Yeah, that's got to be a bug. There's no way a brand new acclimator that I just bought would have a 5-star pilot with 4.5-star morale, 5-star management, 2.5-star engineering, and 5-star boarding skill. Or in fact, to have multiple people on board this thing that are that grade. Okay, well, you're the new pilot now. Okay. I should have just clicked replace with best crew member, but then I wouldn't have noticed just how amazing this idiot is. This guy's a... Well, he's not quite 5-star. He's like 4 3/4-star Marine. That's insane. And that's just random draw from whatever happened to be aboard the station at the time. Wow. Okay. I guess I won't complain about that one. No, there's got to be a bug with that because it's still showing. At least we can pick repeat orders now. Okay, we'll confirm that. Go check this guy out again. No, he's still showing us 5-star, but if I go here to my log behavior, yeah, he shows us almost 5-star. Then why is... Oh, because he's not a mining ship, that's why. He's not a salvage ship. Okay, these are all things that he can't do because it's not that kind of ship. But otherwise, he has the capability of doing any order that's available. Okay. That's insane. Well, I guess I know nowhere will be getting, like... Anyway, let's trade at the sunspot. Repeat orders. Why is it not? Repeat orders, it should be showing up differently. Repeat orders, confirm, Ash's sunspot, trade offers. Okay, buy a full load of energy cells. Fly to the cable spool. Trade offers. Dump those, confirm. It's not listing those orders in the repeat orders queue. Who did I just give those orders to?
Requesting permission to dock.
I gave those orders to the Marauder.
Permission
How did that happen? Marauder. Remove all orders. Get your ass back here and guard the gate like you're supposed to. Okay. Acclimator. We do definitely have the 5-star captain. Okay, so I wasn't accidentally looking at the Marauder. Fly to the sunspot. Buy from. Okay, there we go. Now we're showing the right thing. Energy cells. For the lowest price possible. Actually, no, highest price possible. Confirm. And when you're done buying those things, fly to the cable spool. Sell to the cable spool. Energy cells. For the lowest price possible. Which is exactly the opposite of how you should do it, but anyway. So that should solve the energy cell problem forever. Now we need to take our lone Gazanti transport. And we need to change his orders. Hopefully he's going back for a load and not coming in with one. Because they'll simplify things a lot if he's going for a load, not arriving with one. He is leaving. Okay. Delete all. Double check to make sure he's empty. Yes, he is. Go to the high-tech factory. Assign role. Trade for commander. Group beta. There we go. Now, what kind of trades are they going to ask him to do? Energy cells, graphene, refined metal, durasteel plates. Okay, all good. This place, I need to check its stuff. Energy cells. It is not selling them. Okay, it's just buying them. Good. Good deal. Apparently we are still low on ore. We're doing fine on methane though. Alright. So that's taken care of. Let's go fly to... the Imperial headquarters out here. Of our little empire. Should be arriving at the top. All right, let's do a quick little inventory of how things have been going. So this place is building as is normal. It finished one of the Durasteel plate productions on this side. It has 7 more to go. Gonna be a while for that to finish. And it is producing Durasteel plates that we have a Gazanti arriving to distribute. Although that is in no way adequate. We're going to need to get some more freighters available for that purpose soon. The engine parts factory is surprisingly close to done. Graphene, refined metal, Tabana, silicon wafer, a few things left. Maybe an hour or so before that's done. Maybe 2. I think most of these are relatively quick, fast building. Production isn't really started yet. But I did assign some miners, so it should be doing something at least. Eventually. And then, of course, this place is stuck on not having enough module prefabs. How's the cable spool doing on that front? There are basically none in storage. Okay. All right. It looks like we have quite a bit of time needs to be spent building yet. A lot of hauling needs to be done. We definitely need more large freighters. We might have enough money to buy another one. Let's see how much money we have sitting in stations. We have 10 million in stations. That's not very much. We could probably pull a few million out of stations, though, enough to get one more acclimator. Yeah. Not right now. But more things need to be hauled, that's for sure. I would assume we probably have some acclimators that are getting close to being delivering. I don't see anybody on the way in. Okay, there's one arriving. It's about halfway between the 2 stations. So it's going to be a while before we get another delivery. Oh well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and save the game. Because it is 10:39. And that's a perfectly normal time to end stream around here. Oh, let's see. Looks like Wasted is playing Atlas. Yuck. AF is playing Battletech. Not MechWarrior 5. Battletech. That's the turn-based mech game. So let's raid AF. That's kind of cool looking. And I mangled that. There we go. All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming. Tomorrow is going to be Oxygen Not Included. And hopefully I start around the normal time, normal time. The official approved time of around noon Eastern. Realistically, I'll probably start a few hours later than that. But anyway, nice long all-day stream for that. And then we'll do the same thing the next day. And the same thing the next day. 3 whole days of Oxygen Not Included all day long. Sounds fun. But until then, we can watch AF play turn-based Stompy Mechs. About to say noon start time. See you around 2 p.m. Pretty much. Maybe I'll be nice and responsible and start around noon just to surprise you. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. Have a nice night. And I will see you later. Have fun at AFS.